Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel How to Improve Your Communication Skill in English Language. I'm Dr. Gopal Singh Mehta. So, very good morning to all of you. Today I'm going to talk about a very crucial and important element when it comes to speaking out this English language so smartly, fluently and confidently. So, in the beginning, what is going to happen that we are preoccupied with mistakes, isn't it? So the thought of making mistake is going to grow bigger in our mind. So if we really want to progress at our communication skill, we will have to change our thoughts about making mistakes, because perhaps we are having the thought of making mistakes in a wrong way in our mind. So we'll have to come out of that mental frame, or how we are looking at making mistakes along the journey of our communication skills. So one thing I would very much be watching for, that you have to take the mistake part in an easy manner, basically what I want to say. Because if you are paying too much of concerned about making mistakes, perhaps that's going to be detrimental to your practice of communication, or to your preparation of communication, because that's going to really bother you all the time, that making mistakes is something you can't afford. No, it's not like that. So you have to really change your perception about making mistakes, because you need to really understand it in a very basic foundational terms, that mistakes are very much part and parcel of any journey of your aspiration, or for that matter any activity. You want to get better at any activity and you are starting your journey right now, then how can you think that you are unable to make mistakes? Because it is only through making mistakes that we are going to really learn why we are making mistakes and what kind of mistakes we are making. So we are going to really look into it and get better at it by indulging ourselves in addressing that particular issue. Isn't it? Various kind of issues would crop up along the journey of your aspiration, and all these issues are to be addressed in order to really move ahead and progress at that particular activity. So the same way, if you are going to make mistake, first of all, you shouldn't be taking making mistakes as something that is deplorable, or something that you have really committed a crime, or you are very much concerned about it. No. You have to really accept, you have to really acknowledge this very fact that mistakes are part and parcel of any journey on which we want to really move along and have an achievement towards its goal, whatever goal we have really put up for ourselves, isn't it? So you need to really understand this in very basic terms, that mistakes are going to really happen, of course. And the second thing is, and you need to really acknowledge this very fact, that mistakes are going to make you learn the art of what you are working on, and that's how you are going to really progress. If you are not going to make any mistakes, then what kind of journey is it? What you want to really get excellence at? You are not thinking of in these very. You have to really think. You have to dissect the very concept that you are having in your mind about making mistakes. You will have to really correct yourself first. You need to understand it in reality, that mistakes are going to really be there. So it is through the mistakes we are going to really understand that yes, we are committing mistakes and we have to improve on these. And that's what for we are really taking up any aspiration, and we want to get better at it, and we want to achieve our goal. If we are that much really accomplished or that much efficient in any activity, then this is not something that we have really put a goal for ourselves, or we are having an aspiration. We are already good at it. Then what is the point of making any goal for ourselves in that particular activity? So the goal is tough one, and you have really put up for yourself. You want to achieve it, and whatever time it is going to take, you are going to go along your journey of aspiration, and you need to really understand that mistakes are going to be part of this very much journey, isn't it? So first of all, don't really shy away from committing mistakes. If the mistakes, nobody wants to commit mistakes. Mistakes happen, of course, and if they happen, we need to really acknowledge this very fact that yes, we are making mistakes. Okay, we are going to really get better. We are going to really make lesser mistakes as we move along the journey of our aspiration, as we indulge in the practice of that particular activity. Here I'm talking about the communication skills. So the more we are going to indulge ourselves into the practice of communication, we are going to learn the tricks and the arts of communication skills by indulging in various aspects of English language that are going to make you better at communication skill. We are going to make less number of mistakes in coming times, isn't it? So you have to really take things in a positive perspective. The first thing is, don't really be so harsh upon yourself that we are making mistakes. Okay, acknowledge that and just move on. The second thing is that you don't have to really look so embarrassed, so awkward about making mistakes. Even if you have really made mistakes at any point along your talk or along your conversation, just be be in a usual way as you are always. Just don't look at yourself that you have committed some crime and the expression is going to really flash on your face, on your visage, that you have made a mistake. So that's how you deliberately are showing yourself in a spectacle of embarrassment and awkwardness. It is up to you. Don't think that way. So unless you just take making mistakes in the right perspective, you perhaps are not going to do away with the kind of expression you will show on your face. So that is the second thing that you don't have to really bother too much about. Don't to be so overconscious about it. Do you have made mistakes? Everybody makes mistakes, isn't it? So you have to really move on. The third thing is that don't get stuck there. If you have made a mistake or a mistake happened anywhere at any point along the talk, you don't have to really stop there. You don't have to really go back and start it over again. No. You don't have to do this all the time, because in doing that, that means you are still taking the mistake part very harshly upon yourself. You want to go back and start over again. No, this is something that you are making a mental attitude. That's wrong. So you have to really acknowledge this very fact. Okay, you have made mistake. You are realizing this very fact, but just move along, move ahead from that point where you made mistake. Don't go back and restart it, because this cycle is going to really go again. At this time you made mistake at this point, maybe you again start over and you make a mistake even earlier than this point or after this point. But this is going to really happen all the time. So don't bring this irritation in your mind that you have made a mistake, you have to really go back. No, just move over, just move ahead from that point of mistake, because that's going to really make us in a better framework of mental attitude, that still we have made mistake, but still we are supposed to really go ahead. Because that's how I think you would want yourself when the reality strikes. When suppose you are standing in front of an audience and you are delivering a talk, isn't it? So if you have fumbled somewhere or you have made a small mistake anywhere, do you expect yourself to go back and start over your sentence again? No. No, nobody thinks that way. Everyone thinks that one should really move from that point. Somehow one should manage that particular situation and move ahead. You have to really be a little bit tricky. You have to be faking yourself, in a manner that people are not going to really be so concerned about that you made mistakes. Just to move ahead. And so that's how we are going to really make an arrangement in our mind that we have to really move ahead. So the similar way you have to act here also when you are practicing your communication skill, isn't it? So my dear friends, what I am trying to say that if you really want to excel at communication skill or spoken English, you want to be fluent, you want to be unhesitant, you want to be prompt, spontaneous, you want to be confident, then you will have to really read English stuff a lot every day. Make it a consistent practice. And the second thing is that you need to really surround yourself with as much English stuff as possible. One way is that you are going to read a lot of English stuff every day. The second thing is that you are going to really watch movies or series in English language. you are going to indulge in that is one way of indulging in English stuff. The second thing, you perhaps are also listening some English podcast, or you're watching some English videos of some talks from the established speakers, whatever it is, and you are just also practicing on how to really be better at some idioms or phrases. You need to really also know some amount of idioms and phrases. You are also working on your vocabulary. Vocabulary also already gets worked when you are reading a lot of stuff from a variety of the genres. Okay, so what I mean to say that if you really want to be good at any particular stuff, you need to surround yourself with that particular stuff most of the time, and you need to really indulge in it. And slowly, the more you read, the more you come across various ways of how something is said in such a way. So different authors have got different ways of putting out one expression, isn't it? So you are going to really expose your mind to various kinds of styles and various kinds of ways of coming out with the expressions in English language. So our mind is constantly absorbing all that stuff, and that's how we are going to really take out the output, because our mind is such a brilliant example of you can say nothing is superior than a human mind in this universe. So it is going to process whatever kind of complex thoughts it is beyond our imagination sometimes. How can the mind really works around so many complex things? The mind has, the Almighty, or you can say the nature, has really made our mind in such a manner that any subtle or any complex things are going to be solved. The process is taking place in our mind, in our brain. There are so many various centers, they are working in tandem with one another, and that's how you can understand this very fact. I can simplify it I'm going to give you an example about it. That simple. It is very simple, basic. That when we are children, we have just come out in this world. We just live in an environment where we are going to really listen to a lot of words, a lot of words. Our parents are talking, our sips, maybe elder sips are talking. So we are always absorbing all that kind of the stuff, be it a native language, be it an English language, whatever it is. Basically our mind is continuously listening it through the ears. So our mind starts processing these, what it is all about. So that's how we develop our language, we develop speech, isn't it? So if we start babbling a few words, the same is here. The more you are going to consume the English stuff, more you are going to really read the English stuff. I think you already feel that you need to really speak it out now. You already develop some kind of dexterity, some kind of efficiency about speaking it out. And if you practice speaking every day for 1 hour, I'm saying for 1 hour, yes, you can start with a lesser time, maybe half an hour or so, but consistently you will have to put yourself on the practice of speaking it out, because that's how you are going to break the shackles of really agitation, and this musculature, vocal musculature, is also going to get adapted to the words, how they are pronounced, how the sounds should come out. So everything is going to work that way. So my dear friends, I think for today I have just made this video impromptu here in front of my cell phone camera. That's how I'm also practicing my communication skill, and I hope that you are getting me. And good day for all, and just start working on it right from this moment. Don't wait that the circumstances are going to be favorable for you. No, you have to create your own circumstances in your favor. Thank you. Good day.